Good day, Internet. By popular demand, here's the glass volcano tutorial. So, we start back with the concept from the last video that water always flows towards the nearest holes, like so. And we bring that over there, so we have a bit more room to work with. So here we have a piston-activated drop of water, flip the lever, let it drop, and you'll see that the glass there is exactly the shape that the water would naturally flow to. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, if we come on down over here to one of the ends and chip this block off, you'll see, of course, the water falls down and flows down into that hole there. If we reset the switch and have the water fall down again, it still flows in all directions and behaves in the exact same way as it did before we flipped the switch. However, now if we chip away this particular block 2 away from the edge, meaning 5 away from the landing spot. Again, reset the water, and this time the water only flows in this one direction. And that's the key to making the glass volcano structure. Now that the water is only flowing in one direction, I'm going to chip away these glasses and bring it down, bring this whole structure down to being the smallest possible thing, while still allowing water to only flow in that direction. So even if I reset the switch, water still only flows in that direction, but we're getting smaller. I'm going to skip ahead a bit. To show you more clearly what I'm talking about, I've set up the same thing right here with a bunch of colored wool. Blocks of the same color are the same distance away from the landing location of the water. Now, if I were to jump down and remove one of these red blocks, when we flip the switch again, the water will only flow towards the hole where the red block used to be. Cool. However, if I were to fill that hole again and remove one of the light green blocks, the water should flow in every direction anyway, because it only counts and looks for holes within the first 5 squares. So this becomes the shape that you'd want to create with the glass. A smaller diamond with the 4 corners missing. That way, when the 5th block is missing in each of the cardinal directions, those are the only directions that the water flows in. Coming back to the glass, we can create the exact same thing. And now that the water is flowing and we've got one level completed, creating the rest of the glass volcano is just a matter of repeating the pattern as far apart as you wanted, and catching each of the streams that flows down. As you go along, there's tons of room for customization. On each level, you can decide how big you want the platform, and how many directions that you want the water to flow in, giving you more options on the next level with how many water streams you're going to catch and where they're going to be. But if you decide to go with the classic and have the 5th block missing on each level, you'll have something that looks like this. And of course, then you're free to scale it on up, make the much larger glass volcano as tall as you want it. And if you want to deal with lava, then we have a slightly different ballgame. Lava will only flow to the 4th square, but like water, it will check to the 5th to see the shortest path, which is a little strange. And in some cases, we see that it only flows to the 3rd square, like over there. So if you want to make sure that it flows to where you're going, make sure that you drop it on the 3rd block, which means creating something that looks like this. Perfect. And so, coming back to the glass one last time, everything's been trimmed down so that the lava would fall through on the third block. And we can see how it fills itself out. And there you have it. Now all you have to do is make it as tall as you want it to be. Great piece of advice is to use a different colored block for the landing spot on each level. It really helps you keep track of exactly where everything needs to be. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the little tutorial I gave you. Let me know what else you'd like to see me talk about or do or make. Looking for ideas. Thanks.